Welcome back to Contest of Speed.
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 Welcome back to Contest of Speed for another round of the AM1 Championship. This time, round 10 here at Imola, live from Italy. It's another week. It's another race. I'm your host, Electric Entree, joined in the booth by my co-host, Rob's boy. Rob, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing all right, other than the fact I'm currently under a tornado watch. It's worse for DK though, so
Well,
doing better than him.
We've got a tornado watch from the booth. We've got cars on track. Looks like a dry qualifying session. On board right now with Cam Tizzle, who hasn't validated this lap. Nobody has set a time yet. Seven Flame already disqualified from the session before setting the time. We've got 16 drivers on the grid tonight. We'll have 15 in this qualifying session, 14 minutes left. And we are on for a heater tonight. This track not very popular with the drivers overall. Personally, I enjoy it. A lot of people do not. It's a tight track, hard to pass. Oh, look at this Cam going wide, spinning sideways out into the gravel. Somehow managed to not invalidate and set a purple sector 1. Meanwhile, B-Boogie, first time of the night, 1:15.796. That's one Aston Martin in at the top of the board. And he's going to immediately drop Meta Kestrel, beating that out by over a full second. Meta with a 1:14.764. So we got a Kick Sauber 1, a Aston Martin 2. Nobody else yet to set a lap. Pucks is on an out lap. Some good salts on an out lap. Kryptonic Swing, DB the best, the only, and J Supreme, 3 drivers in the pits. Well, I guess technically 4 if you count 7th Flame. While we wait for some guys to get some times in, let's take a look. Last week's classification here. Big 1-2 from Mercedes. Some good salt taking the lead for that race. Pucks dropping down to P2. Solid finish for the Silver Arrows. Vibe, Cam Tizzle, Pablo Plays rounding out the top 5. DK Nortec up 8 places into P7. That gets him driver of the day last week. Vibe also with a 7th place gain as well for that podium. Great race from him, staying out late on that safety car. If you tuned in last week, you caught that action. Late safety car in the race at Zandvoort. Vibe electing to stay out on old tires and hung with the leaders, snagged that final podium position. As far as the Drivers' Championship, Pucks continues to hold the top spot, extending that lead by 8 points over Pablo. Silent Apex, top 3. Silent Apex rounding out the top 3 here. The top 3 remain unchanged from last week, after last week's race. Cam Tizzle up 1, some good salt up 1 into the top 5 now. Mindset dropping out of the top 5. Vibe up 4 positions. He's into the top 10. Mel Carton now out of the top 10. He's dropped a place. Tied with Red Devil now. The reserve driver, the former AM1 champion Red Devil. Did not participate last week. Still remains in the top 10 with 40 points. That is the cutoff line for the Drivers' Championship. Meanwhile, not much going on with the constructors. Everybody stays the same except Alpine and Ferrari swapping positions. Alpine taking that top spot with a 15-point gain in the constructors. They're now tied with Ferrari at 65 points. That's P7 and P8, but Other than that, everyone remains level. Mercedes still holding that top spot by a wide margin. And I'm not sure that they can be overtaken at this point in the season. We've got tonight and 2 more rounds to go. And that'll be it for Season 16. Meanwhile, it is a pretty tight race for P2. 3 points separating Red Bull and McLaren. Aston Martin there, they're not far behind. Well, they have 16 points back from McLaren. They are very much in the hunt for one of these top 3 spots. Williams and Haas also tied 74 points. So Alpine, Ferrari, Haas, and Williams. It's a four-way race for P5 at this point in the Constructors' Championship. We'll see where they stack up at the end of the night. But we've got some times on the board now. Some good salt with the P1 position, 114.6. Metakestrel's P2, he's been bumped down 1 place. Orlando, P3. Pablo plays in DB to best. 2 McLarens for the 4-5, rounding out our top 5 tonight. Still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers yet to set a time. 2 of them are on outlaps now. That's Pucks and Formula Itmar on outlaps currently. DB to best completing his lap. He's on his cool down now. Silent Apex up into P2, 114.7. Lots of times rolling in. We've got a pretty wide split here after P8. Cam Tizzle, 124.0. That's 9 seconds back from B Bookie, his teammate. And we saw Cam before we went to the standings. Cam spinning out there in that corner and going out into the gravel trap. He didn't invalidate, so he got a time on the board, but it's not much of a time. DK Nortec another 4 seconds behind him with a 128.9. Meanwhile, Formula Itmar, he is on his hot lap now, coming through Sector 1. So we'll go on board with the Kick Sauber driver. See what kind of time he can put down here. This is where Cam spun out. Itmar staying planted, using up all the track available to him. Heavy braking zone here as he comes into Sector 2 now. Halfway through this lap now. Puck's also now starting a hot lap. About half a sector behind. 49 seconds through Sector 2 for Formula Itmar and that Kick Sauber. Catching up now to a McLaren. That'll be Pablo Plays ahead on his out lap. Down the line now into the DRS zone. Got the wing open. He's burning the battery. Formula Itmar goes to P5 with 114.8. Now we'll jump down. Pucks F1 as he finishes his lap. See what kind of time Pucks can put down. His teammate currently with the provisional pole, 114.6. That's what he needs to beat to take the top spot. And he does by 0.6 of a second. 114.0 for Pucks. And that's a solid time for the Mercedes driver. 3 drivers yet to put a time down. That's J Supreme, Kryptonic Swing, and Potty. Coming around the final corner now, but he's invalidated. Does he stay out or does he go into the pits? He's going to jump in the pits. Get a little reset going. 7.5 minutes left in the session. He's got plenty of time to set a lap. Pablo Plays on a hot lap. Rob's favorite driver.
Whoa, who said that?
Loves to curse.
Whoa. No. The curse is going to go to Cam and DK today.
Rob's boy, generational hater of Pablo Plays. Meanwhile, Pablo's currently P7 with a 114.8, and he's going to jump up to P5, improving with a 114.775. Just 0.11, so was at 11 thousandths of a second behind Metakestrel in P4. Who's currently on an outlap and looking to improve. Silent Apex also on an outlap. So let's see, he's out on a push lap now, coming through Sector 2. He's just slightly slower, it looks like. But it seems sometimes the timing is bugged a little bit when we jump to a driver. Let's see, he's coming to the end of Sector 2 now, and we'll see where we stand. Yeah, 1/4 of a second slower through 2 sectors. He's going to have to hustle, make up a little time in this final sector here at Imola. 114.861 for Orlando. He doesn't need much to take that P5 from Pablo. But he hasn't helped himself through the first 2 sectors. And here he comes, final corner now for Orlando into the straight, hit the DRS, and he's gonna abort that lap and jump in the pits. Cam Tizzle crossing the line, takes 9.2 seconds off his time. He's now in the 114s as well. 114.805 for Cam. That's a P6 for him. Jumping over Orlando now. Not far behind Pablo as well. These are very tight times. 114.0 to 115.7 through the 12 drivers who have set a time currently. Potty's reset. He's on his out lap now. He's got that Alpine warming up halfway through the lap now. Fresh set of softs on, I believe. Let's where is my overlay?
Where is your overlay? Good question.
There is my overlay.
There it is. But Silent Apex just about tense up in sectors 1 and 2. He said jump some good salt for P2 right behind Pucks.
Oh, DB the best jumping some good salt as well now. 114.3 for Silent Apex, 114.4 for DB the best. Top 5 currently Puck, Silent Apex, DB the best. Some good salt, Meta Kestrel. Pablo plays just outside that top 5, like we said, by 11 thousandths. So we've got 2 Mercedes in the top 5. We've got 2 McLarens in the top 6. And it is a tight field. Four and a half minutes left to go. The field's only going to get tighter from here, I believe. Silent Apex teammate Jay Supreme on an out lap now. That second Red Bull getting it warmed up. Supreme yet to set a time. Coming around now, he's about to start. Let's jump back to Potty now. He's on his hot lap coming through sector 2. 49.5 through 2 sectors. Purple sector 2 for Potty, which would make sense considering he has not set a time yet. That is obviously going to be his fastest sector so far of the session. We're just under the 4-minute mark now, left to go. Through the final corner, 109 to the line now. 114.3 for Potty. That's good enough for P3. Absolute banger of a lap for the Alpine driver. 0 to hero, 0 to third. We've got 2 yet to set a lap. Supreme will jump back to him now. He's yet to set a lap as well. Midway through sector 2. Doing well to stay planted. That is a tricky corner as well. Look for a lot of track limits penalties tonight. Very easy to go off track. Lots of runoff. Lots of tricky corners. I think we'll see a big shakeup on the grid, thanks to track limits penalties.
Yeah, track limits is just weird. As I bring some insight from yesterday, the tire wear is also incredibly high. Yeah, I was gonna mention some, but you had that. It's definitely gonna be a medium hard or a hard medium strategy if it does stay dry all race. Yesterday, for myself and AM2, it was the start was dry but wet, and it switched to inters at the end there, as it just slowly got wetter.
So what do we mediums and hards tonight for this race?
Yeah, definitely.
So some combination of mediums and hards. If it stays a dry race tonight, that's what we'll be looking out for. Tire wear, obviously a concern at this track. Like Rob said, track limits as well. They do get funky here. Very easy to go off track. Very easy to cut some corners at chicane. We're on board with Orlando now as he comes into sector 3. And we'll see here. These corners very easy. The last 2 corners here very easy to go wide. He manages to keep it on track though. Orlando currently sitting at a 114.8. And he's not going to improve. He was almost 5 seconds a lap, 5 seconds slower on that lap. Not a great lap for Orlando. Let's see, does he, he's still pushing pretty good. He may be trying to go for a second push lap here. Really get those tires up to tip, and it looks like it. And he is cooking through that corner. That's another one very easy to cut that corner, especially with traffic. A lot of mayhem in that corner first few laps of the race when everyone's bunched up as well.
So I would like to mention, though. Yeah, I'll be quick. So I would like to mention, though, Kryptonic will not be staying a lap, as he does have a qualifying ban.
That's right. Totally forgot about that.
Hamlet.
Good call on the qualifying ban. Orlando sets a purple sector 2, immediately invalidates his lap. Second push lap off or not. There's 30 seconds left in the session. I don't know if he's going to have enough time. He's not going to have enough time to go in the pits and come back out and set a lap. That's going to be it for Orlando. 114.8 is the best he's going to get tonight. Meanwhile, our pole sitter Pucks, 114.0 for him. He's on a hot lap now. He's got his teammate right behind. Some good salt down there, P7. Just less than 6/10 behind his teammate. And 7 positions back. I mean, it's a very tight field here. 14.0 to 15.8 is the spread for our top 14 here. Kryptonic Swang, like you said, not be setting a time due to a qualifying ban, thanks to penalty point accumulation. 7 Flame disqualified early in the session, did not set a time either. Those two will be starting from the back. We are out of time on the qualifying session. The driver's out on track now. What they get on this lap is what they're going to end up with. Puck setting a purple sector 2. He's 5/100ths of a second down through 2 sectors into sector 3. Meanwhile, some good salt right behind, trying to get that slipstream through the whole lap. He's hung right with his teammate. This should be a good lap for both Mercedes drivers. Puck's improving, 113.8 for him. Some good salt, 113.9. That's a 1-2 for Mercedes to close out the session. Silent Apex still on track, but he's invalidated. He will not have a chance to improve. So this will be your qualifying order. What you see on the timing tower will be our qualifying order, or a grid order to start the race here at Imola. All right.
Hey, Cam and DK, if you are in the stream, I pass the commentator's curse over to you guys.
Commentator's curse has been passed, according to Rob, but we'll go through our qualifying order now. Puck, some good salt. Mercedes 1-2. DB the best on the McLaren. Silent Apex, Potty P5. Pablo plays Formula Itmar. Meta Kestrel, Cam Tizzle, Orlando P10. His teammate Chipman there, P11. DK Nortec, B Boogie, J Supreme, P14. That's everyone who set a lap. Meanwhile, Kryptonic Swaying, P15. It's 7 Flame, who got disqualified. We'll start the race from P16. We'll be right back here at Contest to Speed. Welcome back to Contest to Speed.
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 Contest of speed.
We're back with you here at Contest of Speed. Coming at you live from Imola in Italy. We're in the pit lane now, waiting on drivers to get their race strategy set up, their fuel load set, starting tires. Rob spoke about it earlier. Looking probably for a mix of mediums and hards tonight if the race stays dry. It's looking pretty clear right now for the weather. We'll see if that holds up over the course of the race. But it's looking promising so far. Tire wear will be an issue. Track limits will be an issue. And that reminds me, while we're waiting for these drivers to get set up, let's get a little prediction going here. Get our cost bets fired up. And let's do a...
Make sure bet on those. You know,
yeah.
cost bets gambler over here.
Let's do over under tonight on time penalties. Over under total.
I believe, if I remember correctly, yesterday, including pit lane or excluding pit lane, I think we had about 90, or I don't want to say 90, like 80 seconds or so.
80 seconds.
Don't quote me on that though.
Let's go. And that was excluding pit lanes. So this we'll say let's go. We'll say over. We'll go over 80. Over 80 and a half. Under 80.5. Oh, and we are ready to go. 5 red lights, and we are off here in AM1. Great jump from Bucks. Some good salt. Has a little bit of contention from that McLaren. Lots of lockup. Oh, we got a kicks out. We're getting a little loose. Top 3 getting a great jump. Buck, some good salt. DB to best. Potty 1.3 seconds behind that Alpine. Lots of cars going wild. We have a kick Sauber out in the gravel. I think that was Formula Inmar.
So I was wrong. The shakeup was not as much as I expected. Only 2 people running hards out of the whole grid here.
2 hard runners tonight. That's Metakestrel in the kick Sauber. Kryptonic swing in the Ferrari. Everyone else on the medium tires tonight to start this race off. And another kick Sauber. That's Metakestrel. Like he went wide, but ghosted for a second. Jay Supreme going ghosted for a second as well.
As we finish out in lap 1, the top 3 already have a pretty good gap of 2.5, just about 2.5 seconds from P4.
Formula Inmar picking up a 10-second
There's the yellow flag in the back. It's going to be 7th flame. Looks like he spun. Formula Inmar is going to be in the pits.
Yeah, Formula Inmar getting a speeding penalty going into the pit lane as well. Already 10 seconds, and we're only on lap 2. Meanwhile, like Rob was saying, yeah, great big gap here from P3 to P4. Potty 2.8 seconds back from DB to best. He's got Silent Apex and Pablo plays right behind him, trying to put him off. And there goes Silent Apex up. Looked like he was going to make a move there on Potty going around to the outside. Thinks better of it, tucks back in. And this track very tricky. Only one DRS zone there on starting right there, the final bend of the track before the start-finish line. Through that straight. That's the only DRS zone on this track. And then a heavy braking, or not, well, yeah, a heavy braking zone there at the end of that straight. Otherwise, it's a very tight track, very hard to pass here. And we see Potty.
And while you're saying that, Cam already got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and Kryptonics already made up 4 positions. Some good salt, fast slab. So far, 116.866.
Cam Tizzle already picking up a 3-second penalty 2 laps in. And I think time penalties, we're going to be putting the meat grinder tonight when it comes to penalties in this race. We said it was going to be an issue, and it's already showing to be. Potty into the pits now already. He's back out. He's on the hards.
DK is the next one, next victim of the track limits. 7th Flame is also already missing his left end plate on his front wing.
Well, Well, he had some contact with Formula Itmar earlier, did he not? Causing Itmar to go into the pits. Maybe that was a result of that. Meanwhile, up in the front, Pucks had some good off the Mercedes, putting some distance between them and P3. DB the best, 1.5 seconds back. He's got a 3-second lead on Silent Apex. DB's teammate Pablo another second back, and he's got a little bit of a train forming behind him. Cam Tizzle less than half a second behind. Medic Kestrel just within DRS barely of Cam. Silent Apex fastest lap again, 1:16.6. We're on lap 4 of 32 now. I don't know that I would say it was a clean race, but we haven't had a safety car VSC yet.
Pablo hasn't caused a safety car yet by barreling into people turn 1.
See the V cars back there, P8, P9. Shipman leading the way for the team. Cryptonic Swing rounding out the top 10.
Already up 5 places as well. B-Boogie, AM2 driver, up 2 places. Seventh Flame, also the other AM2 drivers reserving tonight, up 2 places, and over Potty and Formula Itmar that have already pit.
Yeah, a couple of pit stops for wing changes now. We now have 4 drivers on the hard tires. That's Medic Kestrel, Cryptonic Swang, who started on the hards. Potty went to the hards, Formula Itmar went to the hards as well. The last 2 there, pulling in, changed some wings out. Come around now.
Yeah, Potty and Formula are definitely going to have to pit again, because those hards, unless they can conserve them real well, are not going to last, unfortunately.
Yeah, pretty early for the tire change. But go ahead and get that second compound out of the way. Maybe we get a safety car here, you know, towards the end. Maybe see a switch to the softs or go back to the mediums, depending on if it comes out and when it comes out. Still plenty of options for these drivers, but safety car would be ideal for them to make some ground up, get caught back up to the field. We saw Potty put in a heck of a lap in qualifying. Started out P3, ended up P5 by the end of the session. We know he's got some pace here. But when you're all out there by yourself, just trailing the field, it's tough to make any ground up. No slipstream, no DRS to keep you tied up with the pack.
Yeah, definitely, and just as those tires slowly fade away, it's difficult trying to catch up unless there's some sort of contact or fighting in front of you.
Meanwhile, we'll go back on board Cam Tizzle. He's 2.8 seconds back from DB to best. Cam currently in 4th. He's got quite a pack behind him. Silent Apex with the DRS. He's going to come up alongside. He's going to have the inside line, and he's going to get the move done before the corner here. Cam dropping to P5. He started 9th. He still made up plenty of ground in the first 6 laps of this race. And now Silent Apex, he's gonna lead this pack from P4, and it's a fight for P4 all the way down to through P10. Everybody within DRS got quite the train there. You can see it on the screen now. We've got an Aston Martin, we've got a McLaren, 2 V cars, a Pick Sauber, and a Ferrari, all vying for that fifth spot.
So far, position changes. The Mercedes have swapped positions. DB is yet to gain or lose, so Silent Apex. Cam has made up 4 positions. Pablo stayed in P6. And Chipman up 4 places. Metakestrel started P8, did really well into turn 1, but I believe his rear just got loose and he fell back down. Orlando up a place. As Metakestrel actually falls 2 places. Orlando up 2 and Cryptonic up 6. And J Supreme's up 3. DK and B-Boogie are yet to move. And 7th up 2 is Potty and Formula Itmar both already pit.
Oh, we've got a V-carve off in the wall. Oh no. And that's Chipman. That's Chipman
There's
down
gonna be
to
no
P3.
safety car. His full front wing is missing there. He's definitely gonna have to pit and join the oh, English. Please excuse my English. It's hard. English is hard. I hate it. It's the hardest language to learn. Chipman's gonna join Potty and Formula Itmar down at the bottom though. As Boogie gets the overtake on DK. Looks like DK also went off.
Yeah, and he's 5 seconds back and falling. Not much pressure
It's
now.
5 people have already... Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was saying Jay Supreme now 4 seconds back. He's in the top 10. He's got some pressure behind for B Boogie. They're 5.2 seconds ahead of DK Nortec. Jay Supreme 4 seconds behind Metakestrel. They're Supreme and Boogie kind of in no man's land as they battle out for that final points paying position here on lap 8.
5 people have already gotten over 3 warnings. Already succumbing to the track limits. Codemasters, if you are watching, listening, somehow getting this information, please fix your track limits.
Currently sitting at 25 seconds of time penalties already. We're a quarter of the way through the race now. Here on lap 8 of 32. We're on board Silent Apex P4. 1.2 seconds back from DB the Best. Some pressure behind. We had a bit of a train here earlier. It's whittled down now. It's 4, 5, 6, and 7 all here. So it's a four-way battle here for P4 now. Orlando there in P8, that B car. He's 2.3 seconds back from the back of this train. Metakestrel another 3.5 seconds back, and B Boogie 2.25 behind him. Back of the points position, starting to spread out a bit. The front's really left the rest behind as well. Pucks and some good stuff continuing to swap DRS, follow each other
they're
around.
Just swapping from the Itmar's the next one to get the track limits.
He already had the
Now
10 second for
up to
speeding into the pit
13.
lane as well. Yeah, 13 seconds of penalty.
Orlando's also now pitting.
Yeah, so Mercedes 1-2 right now. They've been working together, swapping DRS. 4-second gap to DB DeBest in P3, who's actually done pretty well to he's maintained that. He started third. He's maintained that third the entire time. Hasn't given up any ground behind. He's just lost it ahead. And now he's just kind of cruising around at this point. He just needs to maintain. Here we see Silent Apex.
Silent Apex went wide there. Don't know if he got a warning for that, but no penalty.
And we see Apex, he won't have DRS here. Oh, DB jumping in the pits now on lap 10. Time to get off those medium tires. That moves Apex up to P3. 6
Those
seconds
mediums
back from the
right
top
now
two. Oh, there
are
goes Cam
around
Tizzle. Cam Tizzle now up into P3, overtaking Silent Apex. Meanwhile, our next closest battle, Jay Supreme, B Boogie still going at it. Jay Supreme getting the move done over B Boogie as well with the help of the DRS. They're just over 3 seconds back from Metakestrel now, who was also kind of in no man's land. He's got a 7.5 second gap to Pablo there in P6.
Yeah, safety car would definitely help all these drivers get back together. We're already spread out and we're only on lap 10 to 32. That's most mediums are on average around 25-26% already.
The tires already starting to show some wear. We're about a third through this contest. Mercedes continue to extend the gap. 6 seconds now to Cam Tizzle in P3. Cam's got plenty of pressure behind. Cam jumping in the pit. Silent Apex following him in.
Pablo also follows them in.
4, 5, and 6 all into the pits now. Cam going to the hard tires. That's the white sidewalls. In and out, 2.2-second pit stop for Aston Martin. He's going to lose a couple places. Jason Supreme and B-Boogie. He's going to come out behind his teammate. Silent Apex, Pablo right on Cam's tail. DB DeVest going to get ahead as well. This was 3, 4, and 5. They're now 9, 10, and 11.
All of them on fresh hards and give it about a lap or so to warm up, and then they can start making places on those medium runners that are yet to pit.
Yeah, as the mediums continue to wear, they're going to slow down. They're going to start losing time. Shut back up here to our top two. Puck's currently leading, some good salt right behind. Showing a lot of wear for Pucks here on these right side tires. 41 and 39 for the rights. 20 and 30 for the lefts. And Pucks, he's going to go in the pits, get off those mediums as well. Salt going to stay out one more time around.
Kryptonic has made up 12 positions this race so far, yet to pit. Correction, 13 now passing Pucks on those white-walled tires from the start, though.
Yeah, Pucks down,
those tires are only at 17%.
And he's going to drop a... Puck's going to drop a... Oh, DK Nortec getting a 3-second penalty for track limits.
And a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
DK's going to lose quite a few positions now. He was a bit closer to the rest of the field. Pucks drops down from P1 to P6. Off that pit stop, some good salt leading the race. 7 seconds ahead of Kryptonic Swing in P2. Kryptonic starting on those hard tires. Remember, Krypt had a qualifying ban. He started from the back, I think P15. 7th Flame, who got disqualified, starting P16. Kryptonic Swing all the way up from 15 to 2, I believe. Let's look here. Yeah, started 15th, now in 2nd. He's on those hards. Just under 7 seconds back, or right at 7 seconds back from some good salt. B-Boogie 14 seconds.
Only a matter of time. Only a matter of time before Kryptonic's tires start giving out. Some good salt's gonna pit, allowing Kryptonic to be our new race leader.
Yeah, well, look at the wear on Krypt's tires are still. I mean, we're 13 laps in. He's yet to pit, and his tires are looking good. Actually, looking like he's having on these straights. His left front cooling off just a bit. B-Boogie in the pits, he picking up a penalty as well. Kryptonic Swing, 14 and 20 on the rights, 9 and 17
Silent
on the lefts.
Apex, that's a fast lap. 1:16.098 on the pressure hards.
Yeah, and he gets by DB DeVest again. Silent Apex up to P5 now. Everybody on the hards except for 7th Flame with that early pit stop went to the mediums. And he's going to retire now, and that's going to bring out...
on track, and there's our safety car.
Yeah, I think that was a wreck. I don't believe that was a... I don't think he was a retirement on track. Oh, man. No, yeah, they're looking. We've got a kick Sauber as well, like, off there on the side. I'm not sure what the deal was there.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that Kryptonic would want to stay out here because those mediums only last about 10 laps if you're constantly pushing them before that wear starts to get to you and the grip falls off.
We're just under the halfway point now, lap 13 to 32.
And Kryptonic is going to pit, though. I believe he is the last one to pit that needs to pit anyway.
Yeah, let's take a look at your total pit stops. Yeah, Kryptonic's
Metacast will also need to pit, though.
Yet to pit. So Krypt's going to come in the pits now. He's going to put on the mediums.
Zip on those yellow wall tires. Alright, same way of saying it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, mediums for Kryptonic Swing. He's going to lose a spot to Pucks here under safety car.
I believe he will come out right behind the Red Bull, or if DB gets lucky, behind that Mercedes. Yeah, P1 to P5 under safety car. That's a great pit stop. Great time to pit there.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially considering, like you said, he started P15. Still making up an incredible amount of spots here. Managing to stay in the top 5 under safety car. He's going to come out right ahead of
Metacastle's still the only one to not pit and continuing with those 14-lap-old hards.
Take a look here. DK Nortec, 19 seconds of penalties Formula Itmar, 13 seconds. B-Boogie with a 10.
DK does have a 10-second penalty, though, that he will have to serve sometime soon.
10, 20, 39.
And, yep, he did serve it under this safety car.
51. 54 seconds total of penalties so far tonight. Remember the over-under. Over-under is 80 and a half seconds, and we're at 54 currently. Not quite to the halfway point of this race.
Hold on, let me see if I can get Meta Kestrel back in here. He DC'd. Here, Meta Kestrel, if you could tell me if you got that invite somehow.
As we follow around the Mercedes AMG safety car, let's go. Let's look again at gain and loss. Kryptonic up 10 spots. He's the biggest winner of the day. Cam Tizzle up 3. Chase Supreme up 3. They're tied for second. Looks like Orlando up 2. Meanwhile, Formula Itmar down 6. Biggest loser so far. Potty down 5. DK Nortec down 3. DB the best, Pablo plays. Meta Kestrel and Chipman and B-Boogie all down 1 spot.
Have you talked about penalties already?
Yeah, we had it pulled up earlier. We've had some people serve a couple of 10 seconds. DK served a 10, B-Boogie served a 10. I think Formula Itmar served a 10 as well. But we are currently on like 54 seconds total.
Yeah, DK so far our highest penalty holding person. If you, I don't know how you would want to phrase that, but 9 seconds. Yeah, Orlando is second though with 6 seconds, and 3 other drivers have 3-second penalties.
On board with Pucks, the lights are off of the safety car. I believe it's going to come in this lap.
It does look like it is coming in this lap. Puck's going slower than that safety car.
No,
maybe. Never mind.
The lights are on. He was too far back to see. It looked like they were off. But I misspoke. This may be the final lap. Everybody's bunched back up except for DK, who is quite a bit behind the rest of the field after serving that penalty. Yeah, 30 seconds back from B-Boogie. I'll tell you who the safety car is really going to hurt, these Mercedes boys. They had almost a 7-second gap with P3.
Such a big lead, and now they're all bunched back together.
Let's take a quick look here at the tire age. 4 laps and 3 laps for Mercedes. 5 for Silent Apex. 6 lap old tires for DB to best. Kryptonic swing on those new mediums. Medic Kestrel and Potty electing to stay out of those hards. 15 and 13 lap old hards for those respectively. Chipman on 8 lap old hards as well. Most of the rest of the field electing to come in and get some new tires.
Yeah, most of the grid has similar tires all around 4 or 5%. Chipman on 12% hards.
And I gotta wonder what the strategy is here for these guys to stay out. Let's see Potty here. Well, I can't see. He doesn't have the telemetry enabled. I can't see his tire age.
I can't either.
What do we? Who else have?
Potty's tires though are 13 laps old, so
let's look at
he's around the same as Meta, which is 22% overall.
Yeah. Safety car will come in this lap. So we'll jump back up here to the leaders. We even trying to get a little heat in those tires before this restart. Coming around the final corners. Puck's back in the field up. We'll go back. Put away the
Yeah, he'll want
safety car.
to help his teammate, but and get everybody else out as he does go. Looks like everybody's gonna stay with him.
Not quite the jump we saw off the initial start of the race. Puck's and some good salt management. Hold on that 1-2 through the restart though.
I believe everybody actually stayed in the same position as we had before, or right before the safety car came in.
Kestrel ghosted once again as he's disconnected. Dropping a spot to Potty. Potty up now, P9, he's in the points. Meta continuing to drop positions, he's now down to P13.
DK picks up yet another 3-second track limit. It's really affecting him now at 12 seconds, I believe. Yeah, now at 12 seconds, where I finished with penalties yesterday. Dropped me down to P7.
Meanwhile, Silent Apex managed to get ahead of some good salt now, splitting the Mercedes. DB the best, almost a second back already again. Now at P4. DRS should be enabled this lap. So next time by, we will see the wings open coming through this straight. Weather's still looking clear, not a cloud in the sky to be seen. We're on lap 18 of 32. Yep. We are past the halfway point here in Imola for AM1. Bonnie's still chasing down Orlando. He's the second back. But he's in the points now. He's P9. He's got pressure behind from Formula Itmar. Meanwhile, Orlando in P8 there. He's trying to put some pressure on Pablo Plays.
As Pablo has pressure on him, so does DB with Kryptonic behind on those mediums, which do have just a bit more grip than hards. But yeah, it is just a matter of time, though, before those mediums do start to wear out. He may need to pay again.
Under safety car to put those mediums on, and we saw from the start of the race, most of the field starting on the mediums. We got 10 to 12 laps of wear out of those tires before the drivers elected to come off of them. And I think Kryptonix, he's gonna have to try to stretch it to the end, and there he goes. Up into P4 over DB with the help of the DRS. DB not close enough to catch DRS off with some good salt. And it left him vulnerable.
Cam also wasn't able to get DB as he does have some pressure from Pablo behind in the McLaren sandwich. DB also gets a 3-second penalty. So it'd be his first penalty of the session as well.
It will be interesting to see, we saw these drivers start to spread out a lot through the first 15 or so laps. Lots of time penalties here, but also how much, if you can stay relatively clean, how much does a 3-second really affect your race if everybody spreads out?
Yeah, if we get the same spread out as we did, or something similar as before the safety car, that 3 seconds really shouldn't affect you too much.
That being said, some of these guys with 6, 9, 10 plus seconds of penalties, it's still going to be a doozy for them. Luckily, these drivers were able to get rid of some of these 10-second penalties under the safety car. Solid Apex back down to P3 now.
Pablo has DRS over Cam. And he's going to hold position. He's just not close enough to make a move on Cam.
Yeah, Cam also had the DRS as well, was able to fight that off.
Yeah, he does have the DRS on DB there. But he's definitely closing from what it looks like here in Sector 1 as we go into the hairpin. As Metakestrel is also not going to be able to rejoin session. Screen freezes.
Unfortunate for the Kick Sauber driver. This goes now 5.3 seconds back for B-Boogie. He's down to P15. Meanwhile, Bonnie, he was P9. He's dropped all the way down to P12. He's back there behind Shipman now. Just ahead of DK Nortec. DK with a lot of penalties though. He's not going to actually present a whole lot of pressure for Potty at the end of this race. And here goes Potty now, looking like he's going to step out to the inside. He's got a little bit of overlap, or sorry, around the outside here. He's going to have the inside on this corner. Not going to be able to get done. He backs out, slots back in behind Chipman.
This Cam Tizzle's going to make the move on DB. DB also a DRS. His wing setup might be just higher, though. Pablo's going to be right behind DB. Pablo looks to be faster than Cam in Sector 1, about equal in Sector 2, and then Cam is just a little bit faster in Sector 3. Right now it's McLaren 6-7. They want to re-overtake Cam.
Oh, DK, he's spun. Bringing out the yellow flag. Looks like he's got all of his wing, though. He's got both end plates. He's got the wing still attached. Just a spin. He's down 7 seconds back now at P15.
One that doesn't have both end plates, though, is going to be Formula Itmar, missing his left end plate. I don't know what happened to his end plate.
The end plate's really important for lateral stability. He's missing that left one. That's going to make it hard going around the right-hand corners at speed. He's going to have to give up a little time. We see him going a little bit wide there.
He's also going to have no DRS, and Jay Supreme's going to be able to take that position.
Yeah, Supreme.
No, he isn't actually. He's going to be right behind him.
Right behind. He caught up a lot of ground, but he was too far back to get the move done.
Although, like you said, it's going to be hard for Itmar in the right-hand turns. Jay Supreme might be able to get him in the right-hand turns, if not the next time we come around to the start-finish line.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, up here at the front of the pack, still a Mercedes 1-2, but Silent Apex hot on their trail. They're not able to leave them behind like they were DB the best in the first stint of this race. Kryptonic's laying up there at P4 now. I mean, we've got everybody from 1 through 8.
First to 8.
Yeah.
All of them together in the DRS.
Let's take one more look at the penalties right now. Cam Tizzle and DB.
Pablo.
Cam Tizzle, DB DeBess. Looks like Orlando and Formula Itmar all with penalties in the top 10. That's 6-second penalties for Orlando and Itmar. 3 seconds for Cam.
DK gets it. DK got yet another 3-second penalty. As we're looking at the penalties, he's now up to 15 seconds.
In his race, he had to spin. He's had multiple. It's at least the second time he's been over 10 seconds worth of penalties. And his race has just gone from bad to worse. Unfortunate for the Haas driver.
Yeah, and it looks like Pablo might be falling out from the DRS of Cam.
Yeah, he's right at that 1 second mark, kind of hovering around it. He's going to have to hustle if he wants to stay with this pack.
Yeah, unfortunate how DB is just not close enough for them to switch positions.
DB kind of hanging in there with his teammate. Not close enough to make something happen. Pablo's starting to lose a little time in Cam.
Yeah, Pablo's just barely going to have that DRS, though. He's hanging right around that 1 second. I'd expect him in the next few laps or so to lose that DRS, though, with his current pace.
Yeah, there's not much time left. We're on lap 24-32. That's 9 laps left to go in the race. And as famous race engineer Peter Bodigan would say, it is hammer time.
Anyway, Jay Supreme finally got past Formula Itmar. Don't know if he got it right before turn 1 or if it was in the chicane. Itmar is going to be following very closely, getting a nice look at that Red Bull's rear wing.
Yeah, these two, they've been going hard at it. Supreme 5.7 seconds back from Orlando and P8. DB the best now 1.2 seconds back from his teammate. McLaren's starting to split apart, and that leaves him vulnerable to Orlando.
DK's right with Metakestrel's AI as they get past it.
There he goes through the kicks Albert up into P14.
You know, as Jimmy Broadbent would say, you can't drive through people.
Can't drive through people, but you can drive through AI. And DK just demonstrated that beautifully. Meanwhile, Formula Mar getting back past J Supreme once again.
And while you have that happening, Potty's gonna lose just one position to Chipman, as B Boogie's right behind him. Wasn't able to get the overtake with the assistance of DRS. Now Chipman's not gonna have that DRS on Potty.
Yeah, we're starting to see. I mean, we've still got top 6 now, all within 1 second. This field's starting to spread out once again. To be the best with a little bit of pressure from Orlando behind. Meanwhile, Pablo dropping back over a second behind Cam Tizzle. J Supreme leaving the session.
J Supreme, yep, I'll invite him.
Oh, it looks like we've got somebody just picked up a 3-second. I'm not sure if that was Potty or.
It's Potty, yep.
Okay, yeah.
And that'll be Potty's first penalty of the session so far.
And that is going to hurt him because he's been very close. He's got B-Boogie very close behind. Potty.
There's a yellow flag right after the chicane. It looks like it's going to be Orlando. Formula Itmar is going to get past him. This Potty got by Chipman right before turn 1.
Yeah, that moves Potty up into the points now. Potty and Orlando both 10. Potty 10, Orlando 9. Potty's got a lot of pressure behind Chipman right on that diffuser of that Alpine. And he's going to be looking to make a move. We'll stick with this briefly, see what happens.
Chipman's rear got a little loose and he ran over the curb. Seems to be sticking with Potty though as we come up to this chicane up here.
We'll see how these drivers navigate this with Potty taking all the curb he can stand. Good line through the chicane.
And Boogie just gets a really nice view of this back and forth between Potty and Chipman. J Supreme retires on track. Chipman just got a 3-second. Looks like he took a little too much curb going into the corner there.
Yeah, that'll give Potty a little bit of a sigh of relief now. Driver right behind him also has a 3-second. Now it's just a straight up on track race. We'll see what happens.
They switch positions again. Lap 27 to 32. And Chipman on. I believe his rear right or rear left tire just touched the grass and made the car too unstable.
Well, let's go back to that. We'll check the replay here. We're on board. We were on board with B Boogie as it happened. Potty and Chipman going at it. Yeah, I don't think there was contact there. Looks like Chipman just kind of got too much curb there and spun out. We'll look at it one more time. Chipman getting ahead of Potty via the DRS. Goes a little bit wide, takes a little too much curb, maybe trying to put down too much power on that corner exit over the curb, and it sent him flying off to the right of the track.
Yeah, it looks like he has gone the power too quickly, and that curb just was not helping with the car's stability.
Yeah, that drops Chipman down to P12, 10.5 seconds back from B Boogie now. I believe B Boogie does not have any penalties. And he's going to stand.
He does not, yeah.
He's going to stand and make a lot of
ground. He can sit here and he can get a point.
Yeah, Potty with a 3-second formula.
But he's
with 9.
But Boogie's going to get that position anyway with DRS.
Now we're on 28 and 32. That's 5 laps to go. Chipman out.
Chipman retires in their pits.
Chipman out as well.
Also,
that's 3 DNFs now.
Jay Supreme did retire on track. It was a manual retirement, though, as it would not let him take control of his car.
Unfortunate for Supreme. 14 drivers left now. Mercedes continuing to lead the way.
D-Boogie's tire is 33%, which will not help. Which won't help. English, sorry. But all he has to do is just stay within 3 seconds of Potty and not pick up any penalties, and he'll get that P10 anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, he's currently ahead of Potty now. He just got the move done. Potty on those tires.
Potty's gonna get that position back.
Potty's on 25 lap old hard tires. Metacastro on 27 lap old hards.
I believe Meta's AI is yet to pit, though.
I forgot if Meta was an AI.
Yeah, his AI has not pit yet. I believe that'll be a disqualification for Meta if it does not pit.
Yeah, so I guess
Potty's
technically we really got
Boogie,
12 drivers left in this session, not 13. Technically have 4
and B-Boogie actually picked up a 3-second penalty.
Oh no.
Now he actually does have to use those tires to stay in front of Potty. Potty didn't overtake him in the DRS zone when we were just talking about him a second ago. But may actually start pushing those hards because Boogie's tires will not last much longer grip-wise.
Yeah, and you know, Boogie will not have the help of DRS. He's 1.7 back from Formula Itmar. However, Formula Itmar, 9 seconds of penalty. He's going to drop below both of these guys at the end of the race. As long as they can stay with him. We're on lap 30 of 32.
It doesn't help Hitmar that he still has wing damage. He's not pit to fix that.
Still missing that left end plate off of his front wing, as you can see there. Yeah, good call on that. I forgot about the wing damage. Meanwhile,
back up to the front here. You got that.
Yeah, I was going to say, Silent Apex, he was just a 10th back for some good salt. Still mounting a challenge for these Mercedes.
I am going to interrupt you. Cam Tizzle down the inside of that corner complex before the chicane, whatever you call it. Sorry, I do not know my Imola corners. He's going to overtake Kryptonic, now P4. He's just behind that DRS, not quite there. He's deploying, though. He is within a second now. He said hope to be joining the fight here for the podium.
Hey, and you know, look at this. Look, we saw the light flashing here for Silent Apex. I think, he has used up a lot of his battery trying to hang with these Mercedes. I thought maybe he was just maybe trying to charge his battery, but no,
both the Mercedes are around.
Oh, it looked like a little contact in the back of some salt, just a little love tap. Let him know he was there.
Yeah, both the Mercedes, though, they're both hanging out around 40%. 40-50%.
Yeah, I think it's lap 31 to 32 in salt. He's maybe not desperate isn't the word, maybe, but he's certainly trying to fight it now, trying to get up there and trying to improve his standing. He's on for the
completely missed it, but Itmar did hit. He did replace his front wing. Teammate's AI is going to pass him.
Itmar, new front wing, new soft tires, maybe try to get that fastest lap. DK Nortec currently holding that fastest lap point, which he will not get the point for. He's in P13 with multiple seconds of penalties.
Kryptonic's tire is 44% compared to the 4 drivers in front of him. 32 from first to fourth, 32, 27, 31, and 27%.
Into the final lap now. Still a tough battle for the top 3. Meanwhile, DB and Pablo swapping out. DB P7, Pablo P6. The 2 McLarens in the points, but they're kind of off by themselves.
Yeah, it would be best here as Pablo may have ran wide a little bit. He's yet to get a penalty, but he may be close there. But it would be wise for DB to just hold for both of them to just hold position for standings.
One thing this will not help, though, is Papo's championship hopes.
There's Metakestrel's requirement or disqualification.
Yeah, AI, he was in AI most of this race, unfortunately for him.
Also, as we're coming to final 2 corners, Cam does still have a 3-second penalty. Kryptonic just has to stay within that 3 seconds. He's close to falling out.
Yeah, 2.3 back for Kryptonic. Here we go. Puck's going to cross the line.
Could be
P1.
Mercedes 1-2, Silent P3, Cam P4, but he's going to drop down to P5. Kryptonic from P15, not being able to set a qualifying lap to P4, including penalties.
Meanwhile, B-Boogie is trailing behind Potty now. He doesn't have much time to make something happen here. It looks like Potty's going to get on track.
Yeah, Potty's going to get that P9, B-Boogie getting that final point, P10. Formula Itmar is gonna finish P11 just out of the points. Unfortunate race for him, and DK just also had a difficult race as he picks up one more 3-second before we leave Imola.
For good measure.
24 seconds of penalties. Formula Itmar steals the fast lap. He's not gonna get that point though.
No point for him, but he will take the bragging rights. DK coming around now, the final corner, to close us out. He's getting a little loose. He's weaving around.
We're in second gear, 80 miles an hour as we cross the line. Red Devil, don't yell at me. I did have RLT on.
Kryptonic Sway picks up driver of the day.
I would agree with that.
But it's a big 1-2 for Mercedes.
Yet again, after just after last race, they keep extending, and then a Red Bull P3 there.
2 in a row for Mercedes. That's another podium for Red Bull. But I think Mercedes
Your
may
final
put
race
themselves
standing.
out of reach now.
Final race standings. Pucks F1 gonna take P1. Some good salt P2 for the Mercedes 1-2. Silent Apex P3 rounding out the podium. Kryptonic P4 after Cam's 3-second time penalty. Definitely gonna help him out there. Cam Tizzle P5, Pablo P6, DB P7, Orlando P8, Potty P9, and B Boogie's gonna pick up that final point. AM2 driver in the points in AM1. Formula Itmar P11, fast lap of the session. DK P12, Chipman 13th, last retirement. J Supreme P14 after not being able to take his car back. 7th, believe he crashed. Metakestrel got disqualified for his AI not pitting.
And that's going to be our race from the AM1 Championship here at Imola. Try and get some drivers in for some interviews, perhaps.
Dude.
We'll be back momentarily. Welcome back to Contest to Speed.
Contest of 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 speed.
right, welcome back to Contest of Speed. We've got our Mercedes drivers in for interview. Silent Apex declining the post-race interview. We'll start off our P2 finisher. Some good salt. Congrats on the P2. Back-to-back 1-2 finishes for Mercedes. What a way to, for the closing races of the season. You and Pucks working well as always. We've kind of come to expect it. Great start from you both, really building up a gap there. How did that go through the opening stint there before that safety car for you both?
Well, yeah, we both got a good start, and immediately we put I think we put a good gap on P3, like right away.
I believe it was
and
in 2 seconds or so
yeah,
after lap 1 or 2.
yeah, we're like we told each other we're just gonna push as hard as we could just to break DRS because it's obviously really strong here. So yeah, we just broke DRS and then we swapped for pretty much the rest of the first stint, I think.
Well, it certainly worked out well for you both. The safety car bunched the field back up. Didn't look like you all had, you managed to maintain that 1-2, but didn't look like you had quite the jump off the safety car that you did off the initial race start. Did anything go wrong there, or was that just a start? Maybe the other drivers kind of figured it out a little better for the restart, or anything you think maybe you could have done differently off the safety car restart to kind of build that gap back up?
I think our plan was to not push too hard after the safety car because we knew that track limits is very much a possibility, and we just wanted to take it nice and easy and not risk anything. Our plan was still to swap DRS and work as a team, and yeah, that's what we did. We just raced our race, and
Well, we had Silent Apex keeping up with us.
Yeah.
Make it being a big problem.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it doesn't help that he had DRS as well, and he has great pace anyways. So
Yeah, he's quick.
I wasn't expecting to break DRS off of him so quickly. We know how fast he is. So yeah, but we stayed we stick to our plan, and fortunately it worked out for us. So
all right, and following that, real quick, following that, do you think it was just that DB didn't expect you guys to just push so hard in the beginning stages, and Silent did follow you guys, or maybe there was a skill gap between you, DB, and that wasn't quite as far with you and Silent?
I mean, who knows? I mean, he was quick in quality too. He wasn't far off or anything. So, I mean, maybe he just wasn't pushing at that exact moment. Yeah, I mean, he kept up like within 2 seconds of us for a while. So I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, we don't know what other drivers are thinking, right? They might maybe who was it? DB. Maybe he was had that mindset of just keeping it smooth, not risk any track limits, and just wanted to hold position. Maybe compared to Silent Apex, he was pretty confident in his setup, pretty confident with his pace, and had room to push. So it depends on the driver. Everyone has their own train of thought. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, you all managed to hold off Apex, but was there any point there in the last stint there after the safety car? I mean, he managed to stick right with you. I mean, even to the end. You managed to hold him off the entire time. But was there any point where you're like maybe more worried that he was gonna get more into the mix? I guess maybe split you guys up, or
Yeah.
did you feel pretty confident the whole time you could hold him off? Like how was that?
Well, the way we had it set up made it pretty easy to defend him on the straight. But definitely, like in the later laps, he was pushing quite a lot more, like trying to pass me at random like points on the track, like unconventional points. So, yeah, I had to get kind of creative defending that, and just making sure he doesn't take me out. Because of the speed difference, like I'm trying to hold back a little bit, so I don't like break too much into Puck's lead, and we can have that buffer there. So I
Yeah,
wasn't trying to go 100% or anything, but he was, so it was kind of nerve wracking a little bit.
yeah, we were trying to keep Salt like maybe 7 to 8 tenths behind me right before the DRS, so that Salt can also have the DRS and the slipstream to help defend against Silent Apex. That was uh hate to break it to you, but that was like the plan for the whole second stint. So, and it worked out pretty well. So, and credit to Salt. He's a lovely teammate. He helped me throughout the whole season, and I would have been wouldn't have been in this position if it wasn't for him. So, congrats to him.
Yeah, same to you. So
Yeah.
A lot of love between teammates here at
Yeah.
Mercedes. Love to see it.
I just want to construct this. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hadn't done the math just yet,
I
but I
think
was
we
gonna
did.
say that should put it
Yeah.
out of reach for anybody else. I think we've got 2 rounds left now. We go to Spa next week. Yeah, and then we'll finish off at Brazil the week after. Two rounds left, and I think that sealed the deal for Mercedes. I think the drivers' championship is a little closer, although you did outscore Pablo pretty well tonight, Pucks. So I think there's still a chance for him, but it's going to be he's really going to have to work at it. I know we had talked about it last week, the drivers, and you had said, you were just taking it race by race. Is that still kind of the plan, you think, or?
That's still the plan. Still taking it race by race, and it's not over until it's over, right? So we'll know until the last race. So just yeah, like I said, taking it race by race and keep pushing until the end. So
fair enough. Well, like you said, next week at Belgium, it is the final wild card race of the season. It's guaranteed. At least some portion of the race will be a wet race. Anything special you're going to be cooking up for that, or just kind of keep doing what you're doing? Any thoughts on that upcoming round?
not really, just practice, I guess, and see what kind of quality pace I have, and we'll take it from there. So, and if we need to work as a team again, we shall do that.
Fair
It
enough.
should be a wet race too.
Yeah, it
Right.
is it is guaranteed to at least be partially, like have some part of that race will be wet for sure. I think we're gonna be it's I think the weather settings are broken up into like 3 sections, and we're gonna spin a wheel to see, is it dry, wet, 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 dry, wet, or wet, wet, dry, so we won't know until race day, but it is guaranteed to at least have some portion of the race to be wet.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll definitely be keeping an eye out. Looking forward to see what you guys bring next week. Been great teamwork on display from you both so far, and can't wait to see what the closing rounds of the season have in store. Congratulations on the 1-2 yet again. Congratulations on the provisionally. Congratulations on the constructors. We'll wait and get the official tally, but I do believe I'm in agreement with you. I do believe that has sealed the deal for you all. Season 16 constructors. What a way to close out the F1 24 game cycle. So congrats once again. Congratulations also Silent Apex for that P3. And can't wait to see you all next week. Rob, anything else to add before we get out of here tonight?
Other than I've said in AM1 chat, but congrats to both of you on the 1-2.
Thank you.
Congrats on the
Appreciate it.
provisional constructors championship. That's all I've got to say. Electric.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Fair enough. Well, with that, I think we're gonna get out of here. As usual, if you like what you've seen on track, would like to be a part of the on track action, ! Discord in the Twitch chat. We'll provide a link to the Contest of Speed Discord. Come join our community. We've got racing for all skill levels, American and European tiers. So should be a time for everybody, and a race for all skill levels as well. great community to be a part of. I couldn't imagine being part of having another league as my home. Um, we're in the closing rounds now, season 16. Season 17 will be around the corner, though, and we'll be starting that off on F1 25. So this is a great time to go ahead, get in the league, kind of get your feet wet, do some reserve driving, and be ready to hit the ground running when season 17 kicks off. Also, give us a follow on TikTok. That's Contest of Speed _ on TikTok. Social media team's been taking clips from the races. They've been killing it over there with the short form content. So give us a follow there. As always, you can also catch all the race replays on YouTube at Contest of Speed. And with that, I think that's going to cover it for us. Until next week, from Spa, I'm Electric Entree, signing off for Rob's Boy and Pucks and some good salt with Mercedes. We'll catch you next time.